If you're a die-hard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. When you talk about the Cleveland Browns heading into this 2025 NFL season, most conversations immediately zero in on the quarterback situation, and for good reason. We're talking about a franchise that's still trying to find consistency under center. Despite all the hype and headlines, Deshaun Watson, still a huge question mark. The backups, still unproven. But here's the thing, while all eyes are on the QB battle, there's another storyline flying under the radar that could make or break the entire Browns season. And I mean that literally. You can't talk offense without talking protection. You can't talk big plays if your quarterback is eating grass. That's why one name is quietly carrying the weight of Cleveland's future on his shoulders, and that's Dawg Jones. This isn't just a player to watch. According to PFF's Dalton Wasserman, Jones is the make-or-break guy for the Browns in 2025. Let's break down why. Now let's talk context. This team isn't just trying to win in 2025. They're trying to shape their long-term identity. The Browns are sitting onto first-round picks in the 2026 NFL Draft. That's gold. That's leverage. But here's the catch. You only get real value from those picks if you know what you need. If Dawg Jones steps up, the Browns don't have to burn one of those picks on a tackle. If he flops or ends up hurt again, then Cleveland's war room is headed straight back to square one. There's a lot of money, strategy, and pride tied up in this situation. A good offensive line buys you time, literally and figuratively. So yes, the Browns need Jones to protect whoever lines up under center, but they also need him to protect their draft strategy, their momentum, and frankly, their dignity as a franchise that hasn't seen playoff consistency in decades. Dawg Jones isn't just any young lineman. He's massive. We're talking 6'8", 360 pounds of raw power and reach. When healthy, he's a bulldozer. A guy who can shut down edge rushers like a steel door slamming shut. And we got glimpses of that potential last season. In limited snaps, Jones looked solid. More than solid. He looked like he belonged. That's not easy to do in the NFL trenches, especially as a young player. But here's the problem. We haven't seen enough of him, not because he's been benched, not because of performance, but because injuries have been his kryptonite. 2 straight years to season-ending injuries. And that's the kind of thing that makes coaches nervous, front offices antsy, and fans downright frustrated. This season, it's not just about talent. It's about durability, consistency, availability, because we already know what he can be. We just need to see him do it week in and week out. Let's not forget who's waiting in the wings. The Browns brought in veteran Cornelius Lucas as insurance, a reliable presence, sure. But let's be honest, you don't want to rely on insurance unless you absolutely have to. Lucas can step in if Jones gets hurt or struggles, but that's not the ideal scenario. That's the plan B. The Browns need a plan A who's young, hungry, and ready to anchor this offensive line for years to come. The current line, aging fast. 4 of the projected 5 starters will be over 30 when the 2025 season kicks off. That's not just a stat, that's a countdown. Every snap, every hit, every practice rep brings those veterans closer to the end of their careers. The Browns need new blood. They need someone who can step into that left tackle role and make it his own. That someone has to be Dawg Jones. There's really no other option. And here's where things get real, because it's not just about the offensive line. It's about the domino effect. When the O-line falters, the quarterback suffers. And we saw that with Deshaun Watson last year. Yes, Watson struggled, but let's be fair. The offensive line didn't exactly give him a fighting chance. Constant pressure, collapsing pockets, no time to set and throw. You could put Patrick Mahomes behind that line and still watch him struggle. And this year, if the Browns want any shot at turning things around offensively, that protection up front has to improve. That starts with the blind side. That starts with Dawg Jones locking down that edge, giving the QB time to breathe, scan, and execute. It's simple football math. Better protection equals better offense. And right now, Jones is the key variable in that equation. But here's the twist. There's optimism, a lot of it. Reports from Browns camp this offseason say that Dawg Jones looks strong, looks focused, and most importantly, looks healthy. Coaches have praised his attitude, his conditioning, and his progress. That's huge. Because mindset matters. You can't teach size, but you can teach discipline. You can coach technique. You can push a guy to be great, but only if he buys in. And from everything we're hearing, Jones is buying in. He knows what's at stake. He knows this is his shot if he can stay healthy. If he might not just be a solid starter, he could be a cornerstone, a foundational piece of the Browns' future. But all of that starts with this season. This is the year he proves he belongs, not just as a backup, not just as a maybe, but as the guy. So what's the bottom line? The Browns are entering one of their most pivotal seasons in recent memory, with the first-round picks on the horizon and a roster full of veterans nearing the twilight of their careers. The franchise is staring down a crossroads. It's not just about talent, it's about timing. It's about knowing which players are part of your future and which ones aren't. And when it comes to the offensive line, that spotlight is shining directly on Dawg Pound. There's no hiding anymore, no red shirts, no wait till next year. This is the year the Browns can't afford to miss, not on the field, not in the draft, and certainly not at left tackle, so whether he likes it or not, Jones is carrying the hopes of an entire franchise on his shoulders, or more accurately, in his footwork and hands every single snap, and it's not just Browns fans watching. The whole league takes notice when a team's offensive line starts dominating. It changes the tone. It changes the game plan. Suddenly, defenses have to respect the run. They can't blitz freely. They hesitate. That's the kind of ripple effect Dawg Pound can create if he lives up to the hype. Because when your offensive line is nasty, everything clicks. Play action, dangerous, deep shots, possible, third and short, automatic. If Jones emerges as a reliable left tackle this year, it gives the Browns something even more valuable than wins. It gives them stability, and that's something Cleveland hasn't had much of over the years. That's why every practice rep matters, every preseason snap, every chance he gets to show he's more than just potential, that he's production. So yeah, keep your eyes on the QB battle. Debate Watson versus whoever all you want. But if you really want to understand where the Browns are headed, look to the trenches. Look to Dawg Pound, because no matter who's under center, their success, and maybe even their health, depends on this one man showing up, stepping up, and finally staying up. No more what-ifs, no more if he's healthy. This is the season he defines his NFL story. It's make or break time in Cleveland, and Dawg Pound, he's the X factor, the cornerstone. The one guy who could turn the Browns from a team with questions into a team with answers. Let's see if he's ready. Browns fans, buckle up. This ride's about to get real. Enjoying the content so far? Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. In a surprising turn of events, Odell Beckham Jr. has reportedly rejoined the Cleveland Browns, sending ripples through the NFL community. This move has caught many off guard, considering Beckham's tumultuous history with the team. His initial departure in 2021, following a viral video by his father criticizing quarterback Baker Mayfield, left a sour taste among fans and management alike. Despite this, Beckham's return suggests a potential reconciliation and a new chapter in his career. The Browns' offense, under the guidance of offensive coordinator Alex Van Pelt, is expected to benefit significantly from Beckham's return. Van Pelt has expressed confidence that Beckham's presence will enhance the team's offensive capabilities. He believes that adding a dynamic athlete like Beckham will open up opportunities for other receivers and create more space on the field. This strategic move could be pivotal in the Browns' quest to improve their performance in the upcoming season. Beckham's previous tenure with the Browns was marked by moments of brilliance, including impressive touchdowns and game-changing plays. However, injuries and off-field controversies eventually led to his release. Since then, Beckham has had stints with the Los Angeles Rams, Baltimore Ravens, and Miami Dolphins. With varying degrees of success, his recent release from the Dolphins has paved the way for this unexpected return to Cleveland. The decision to bring Beckham back raises questions about the Browns' long-term strategy. While his talent is undeniable, his past issues with the team and his injury history could pose risks. However, the Browns may be betting on Beckham's desire to prove himself and his potential to contribute positively to the team's dynamics. Only time will tell if this gamble pays off. Fans are divided in their reactions to Beckham's return. Some are excited about the prospect of seeing him back in a Browns uniform, hoping he can recapture his previous form. Others are more skeptical, recalling the controversies that led to his initial departure. The Dawg Pound is known for its passionate support, and it remains to be seen how they will embrace Beckham upon his return. The Browns management has been tight-lipped about the specifics of Beckham's contract and the terms of his return. This secrecy has fueled speculation about the nature of the agreement and what it means for the team's salary cap and future plans. Analysts are closely monitoring the situation, as it could have significant implications for the Browns' roster and financial flexibility. Beckham's return also raises questions about the team's receiving cores, with established players already in place. Integrating Beckham into the lineup could lead to shifts in roles and responsibilities. The coaching staff will need to carefully manage these changes to ensure a cohesive and effective offensive unit. The media's coverage of Beckham's return has been extensive, with various outlets offering differing perspectives. Some highlight the potential benefits of his addition, while others focus on the risks and challenges associated with his past behavior and injuries. This dichotomy reflects the complex nature of Beckham's career and the uncertainty surrounding his future with the Browns. As the season approaches, all eyes will be on Beckham and the Browns. Fans and analysts alike are eager to see how this reunion unfolds and what impact it will have on the team's performance. The narrative of Beckham's career continues to evolve, and his return to Cleveland adds another intriguing chapter to his story. In conclusion, Odell Beckham Jr.'s return to the Cleveland Browns is a development that has captured the attention of the NFL community. While there are risks involved, the potential rewards could be significant. The coming months will reveal whether this move proves to be a masterstroke or a misstep for the Browns. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!